I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Monday. Coming off that weekend, Virginia ran up to Tallahassee. Go see them Seminoles get their ass whooped by a little team from Memphis.
I had fun because I'm a new Seminole fan. I just,
You're not
I just
invested
started.
in it. Right.
I don't go there. My money does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I get it.
FSU seems real cheap.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I hear you. I wasn't a big fan of the school that my kids, or at least I should say one of them went to when it came to their football team. But
I just love the vibe and the cheering, and I get excited for I get excited for any home game.
Yeah.
That my team is not playing your team.
right.
If LSU is playing the Seminoles, of course I'm not going to be excited for the Seminoles. But any other game, I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can get down.
You kind of become that way. That's the way I was. You know, if my son's team wasn't playing my team, I would root for them.
Totally.
In my opinion, I think we needed to kind of do a scramble or a reset with some of these mascots. How the shit do we not have the zombies or the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch or the aliens?
Yeah.
Why do we have some weak? No offense, but the Buckeye.
I mean, it speaks to the
nut.
state. Yeah, it speaks to the state.
But-
It's a poisonous nut too, Virginia. I think it'll kill you.
That's a
Don't sleep on that nut.
Oh, you throw it in someone's eye, blind them.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. It speaks to the state. It's
I didn't
official
mean
state
to-
tree.
I didn't mean to insult your nuts.
Yeah.
I just think we could.
Ain't nobody else got it. I mean, everybody could be a tiger, right? I mean, how many
There
tigers do we
are
have?
a gazillion tigers.
Right.
And I'm with you. I think
only
I'm
one Buckeye.
I'm over the tigers and the lions and the bears and all,
Yeah.
but let's get some good shit.
Yeah.
The fucking Maine mermaids. Mermaid state Maine state mermaids.
You all right?
No.
Does he look all right?
Am I all right?
I think they're all set though. Like nobody's like adding new colleges, are they?
Well,
They're not adding new colleges, so they're not adding new mascots. They're kind of grandfathered in.
you're right. If you change the mascot, everyone loses their shit.
Yeah.
They do.
They do.
You can't really change them at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, if you know, that's the reason why. Because anybody that's been around for any amount of time, I mean, I couldn't even imagine if they tried to change Ohio State. But you know, that was stupid. Why we name it after a tree? What is a nut? Let's be something else. Let's be the zombie. Oh my gosh, people would lose their
the
marbles.
zombies.
But could you
Yeah.
imagine how shit are we playing? Oh, we're playing the Ohio State Vampires. Oh fuck! Now the Vampires.
Yeah,
that's
I
got
get,
some sting to it.
I get it. Yeah, I'm following you on that. Yeah, I feel like we could have gotten more creative than some of the standards, bears, lions, whatever the hell. Especially places that don't really have, like when you're a tiger, like, do you really have tigers just roaming around?
Shit, no.
No, you don't.
Because I've been to Clemson, South Carolina. I've never seen a tiger just walking around. Like,
How-
they're just not like native to Clemson.
How many tigers are roaming around Detroit? They should be the Detroit murderers. Now that would make sense.
Yeah, you're right. I like that. That works out better.
The murderers. I think some people would have a tough time with that.
Probably, yeah. Especially if they had a loved one victim to violence.
Of course, but imagine if you got mauled by a tiger. I don't think you're gonna like the tigers either.
It's true. It's true. It's a good argument. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they could change some of these. I'm down for it. I'd buy their swag a little bit more. A vampire over a tiger.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Talking a little bit about the football stuff. Tua is coming back, the Dolphins quarterback, at least so he says. I think it's the lip service he has to give because if he voluntarily retires, then he loses $100 million. He's going to go have doctors look at him, and I would imagine, honestly, wouldn't you be polling to be like going, please say I can't play anymore, please say I can't play anymore? Because if they do, then he walks away with an extra $100 million into the sunset.
I think up
Calls
until
it
this
good.
point, like his heart was in it. He really wanted to play, and by all accounts, he is a sweetheart of a man, beloved,
Yeah.
cares about the team,
Yeah.
cares about winning, and only wants the best for the team. But now at this point, the man needs to look and decide that, okay, I'm going to take the money and I'm going to go because I could get killed.
Are they 1-1 or 1-2?
1-2? No, they are. What have they done? They had Jacksonville won that. They lost. Yeah, so they're 1-1.
All right. It's early.
Yeah, it is. And, the point I'd had, especially if you are prone to concussions, and I hear after you get your first, it more likely happens. Why he's not wearing one of those Guardian caps, I don't know. In fact, Candace said on the Steelers there's a player that's wearing that Guardian cap. It reduces concussions by 50%.
I mean, Tua should have been wearing one.
Yeah, why would you not? She said you can't even tell unless you're distinctly looking for it. It's actually more subtle than you would think.
Oh.
I did, and I saw one in another game. It makes sense. So.
Perhaps it's uncomfortable and we don't realize that. You never know.
Don't know. I don't know what the argument would be. And I've never had a helmet on that has a Guardian cap on it. But
I didn't like wearing a cup playing baseball, Virginia. Just it bothered my balls.
I know. You're that moron that didn't want to wear safety goggles when we were slingshotting frozen Snickers at your head.
I'm still here.
You don't believe in safety.
yeah.
I'm still here, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is.
Barely holding on, but here.
And Lisa had a little pricing hack for you. She said, I heard you talking about the excessive parking costs for Hard Rock Stadium, but when we came to the Finns Jaguars game, there's the park and ride option. It's $10 a car. You park in a lot across the street from Hard Rock Hotel, then you board an air-conditioned charter-type shuttle bus for the 20-minute ride to the stadium. It drops you off right at the gate. Then you board the bus from the same gate for your ride back to your car. People were tailgating, having a good time. They didn't care. And it's pretty cost-effective. And somebody in their group actually got on board with a beer. And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. Bring it on. You're all good. Head to the stadium. Yeah, so
I love it.
they're there on their Jack's gear. So,
Oh, yeah, they're ready to get after it.
yeah, they had a big old smile on their way to the stadium. I don't know about afterwards. But they were happy on their way there. So it's all good.
Focus on the good. The way there was awesome.
And an interesting thought here from Alex and Stewart. I get, while Kendrick Lamar is a legendary artist, I still believe that the show for the Super Bowl halftime was stolen from an even greater legend than Lil Wayne. I'm talking about one Mr. Weird Al Yankovic. Think about it. The man's career has spanned over 5 decades. He's continued to pump out hit after hit, all while avoiding scandal and being one of the good guys in the public eye. And think of what that halftime show could look like. He could choose from countless songs and bring up celebrity cameos on stage that he so masterfully parodied one after the other. It would be epic. Don't tell me it'd be too complicated. The Super Bowl has cut bigger checks for less acts. And when you think of American music, who better to represent than Weird Al? When are we going to give this man his flowers? It's time to do what's right.
If artists could not take themselves so seriously and allow that to happen, not everyone jives with what Weird Al Yankovic likes to do. And I'm talking about the artist. I know Billy Joel did not like a song that Weird Al did about him.
Okay.
It was called It's Still Billy Joel to Me. And he really does. He bags on Billy Joel pretty hard.
Yeah.
Saying all this shit sounds the
Billy's
same.
like, what the fuck? I don't need this.
Billy was kind of like,
I'm
"What the
Billy
fuck,
fucking
man?"
Joel.
Exactly. There's been other times where Weird Al's wanted to do a song and the artist goes, nope. You're not doing it.
I take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
Because you can't think about that song really without thinking about Weird Al's song too, at least part of it.
But if the artist dropped their ego and let's say he did Like a Surgeon and then Madonna came out and sang part of the chorus with him and then he does, Amish Paradise and Coolio comes out.
That'd be amazing if they got Coolio out there.
Yeah, I would pay any price if they got Coolio out there.
Oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, Jason.
But you said about the zombies.
You disrespectful.
Zombie.
If the zombies made the
shit.
Super Bowl, you could bring out Coolio.
Well, imagine if you did bring out Zombie Coolio.
Gangsters Paradise.
That, we call that ratings.
Yes.
Through the roof.
That would be, it all ties together, right? First time ever the zombies make the Super Bowl and Coolio's doing the halftime show.
You'd think
With
I'd
Weird
know,
Al.
I'd know a little bit more. Been on a radio show.
Damn.
Dog, I don't remember shit.
Well, look at you.
I'm enjoying myself.
We don't expect that guy to know numbers.
Birdlejuice is having a great day. I'm having fun.
Yeah, Michael Jackson come back for Beat It.
For Eat It.
Free. Yes. I love it.
I'm actually liking this better. You can only do the dead artists he's covered.
But they're all zombies. It's going to be way cheaper than if they were alive.
Eat it. Yeah, this would be great.
It would be
I
good.
love it. He could still do a Thriller, though.
You could get Michael, and then you could ask Tito to come join him because he just died.
How great would
Tito's
this
dead?
Super Bowl have to
Tito's dead.
Tito died?
Tito just
dead.
died.
Was that the day I was out?
No, it was today.
You're in today.
We talked about this? You did not mention Tito today. You did not. No.
I did not because I didn't get to it. But
Birdlejuice would have remembered that shit.
Tito's dead.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Oh, man.
I try to stay unplugged during the weekend.
I hear you, yeah. It's too depressing, right?
It is.
I don't. I honestly don't hate it. I would love it, but I don't know. I think I'd probably be in the minority, right?
I think most people would not like that, Kevin.
Weird Al, I think it's just. You have people like Jay-Z on the committee that's finding the talent and setting it all up.
It would never happen.
Weird Al is too goofy for Jay-Z. Jay-Z doesn't have any time for an act like that.
It would never get past any of the artists who wanted to do it. But if the people actually got to choose, would somebody be like, yeah, you know what? I think it's a great idea. Let's do it. We got the poll going on right now, KVJ TV. We'll see. What do you think? Would you like a Weird Al Yankovic Super Bowl halftime show? We'll see what people say. Right out of the gate, it's kind of positive.
Usually right out the gate, though, it's positive.
Yeah, could even
three
back
votes.
out. In the ESPN game, they had the battle with DirecTV going on. We heard Rocco and his call him out. You guys canceled your DirecTV, Virginia?
We did. We canceled the DirecTV, and we're saving a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I can't believe how much cheaper it is to go with YouTube TV.
Hey, are you keeping the company for your internet stuff?
Yeah, because it's kind of like AT&T and DirecTV kind of merged for the internet, but Panda is shopping around to see if we can get a better deal through our cell phone provider. And if we can, I'm going to drop those bastards too. I'm in the business of dropping you if I can find a better deal.
I've heard that YouTube TV's inviting.
It is.
My girlfriend sold me on it. She's my neighbor in my neighborhood, and she did the same thing. She dropped her DirecTV, picked up YouTube TV, didn't think she was going to like it, end up loving it.
I've been trying to do a red wedding with a lot of my stuff, and some stuff, it's hard to kind of cancel it because it doesn't allow you to cancel it. When I'm trying to cancel something, it's now taking me 35 minutes. I get frustrated.
Took Panda an hour.
Yeah, and then I just go, fuck it, give me some whiskey, and it's over. I guess I'm just going to take it.
That's what they hope happens. And they probably have exact numbers on how many people hang up because they get tired of holding on to cancel.
Now, Adam is on here from Boca. He's the editor of TV and Radio Business Report. I just heard Pat McAfee on College Game Day mention that apparently everything is A-OK now with ESPN, the Mouse, and DirecTV. So I guess my question, Adam, what happened in this deal? Because I didn't hear the details on it. Did the Mouse slap around DirecTV and knock them back into line, or how did this all come about, getting resolved?
Well, I will say it's great to be explaining all of this to you because there are always two sides to negotiations. And it's a contract in which, by law, you have to have in order for any cable company or DirecTV or Dish to bring a channel to their customers because Disney, just like NBC or CBS, needs to be compensated. They need to be paid because, let's face it, DirecTV is making a lot of money off of their customers. You know how big those bills are. And these guys just keep saying, well, if we have to pay you more, that's just going to be passed on to our customers, and that's just so unfair. So you have this dynamic where DirecTV certainly needs to be profitable, but at the same time, they've taken an extremely aggressive stance, and they went to Disney and said, look, you're charging us like $9 and change per customer for ESPN, and we know that all of our customers don't want ESPN. Maybe they just want the Disney Channel for their kids, or they just want Freeform for their mid-teens or whatever.
So it was what they offered them was a bundle deal, basically, that you had to take.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So DirecTV was just like, look, let's unbundle, especially because you have, quite frankly, Disney Plus and you have Hulu. So they're going back and forth, and Disney's like, nope. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And DirecTV is like, all right, fine. So I'm literally at True Food Kitchen on September 1st, and they have on a tennis match on ESPN2 on one screen, and then on the other screen they had on like Sunday Night Baseball or something like that, and then bloop, like all of a sudden you get this message that comes up, and it's like this slide that says, our contract with Disney, the owner of this channel, has expired.
Saw that.
We appreciate your patience. And I'm like, patience? This is ridiculous. And of course, they're doing this on a weekend, so they can
what
like
what
not get a lot
resolved
of
this?
media.
How did it come about that it got resolved over the weekend or whenever it got resolved?
So that's the most interesting thing. And if you go to rbr.com, you'll see a story that we ended up posting like 10 o'clock on Saturday night because I was with my family. I was doing things. I wasn't really checking my work email. And who knew that anything was going to happen, because DirecTV and Disney had been sparring back and forth. Disney was not really saying a lot, but DirecTV had gone to the Federal Communications Commission to file a good faith negotiation complaint. Their chief content officer was doing all of these media blitzes. Their chief financial officer had a, quote, analyst call, which was basically just a marketing pitch. Meanwhile, I have friends and family that are like, F this. I'm going to YouTube TV. I'm tired of this. And the other story to this is it's not just Disney that's been involved with DirecTV. If you go over to Tampa, those people in Tampa had problems getting their local NBC station.
So
CW
if you had to
owner.
put
So
blame on
happens-
this, is this more of a DirecTV being an a-hole or Disney being an a-hole?
I'm going to have to say that while DirecTV has been very forceful and has said, look, quote, the broadcasters come to us with a gun to our head telling us you are going to have to take this price. And that is from their chief content officer, Robert Sun. Disney kind of caved here. They had everything in their pocket.
So
and all of a
Disney
sudden,
caved.
In the dark of the night, Disney's like, yeah, okay.
Wow.
They have an agreement in principle that provides greater choice and value and flexibility. And if you read between the lines, that's exactly what DirecTV wanted.
Okay.
So
All
they're
right.
the winner here. And
Hey.
Disney just like said, okay, here you go.
Any idea how many subscribers DirecTV lost through all this? I know they lost the Sinickies. Has there been a number on that reported yet?
There has not been a number reported on that yet, but just from my own knowledge point, people that hadn't already left were just to the point where, all right, if you don't get this done, we're going to go. And my own cousin in Dallas was like, I'm not waiting around for this because I want my ESPN. I want to watch college football.
Yeah,
And you guys are holding a gun to each other's heads, and we're the ones, the consumers, the people actually watching TV. We can't watch these TV stations, and this happens all the time.
Yeah. They
like
had to
I
lose a
mentioned,
lot.
This company, like Tegna owns the ABC station in Dallas, so he couldn't get that because there was a contract dispute with DirecTV.
Okay.
So DirecTV is certainly like not, the greatest company in the world here when it comes to these.
So the winner of the
conversations.
fight is who? Is it DirecTV or is it Disney?
I think it's DirecTV because this is going to start that whole unbundling. So you're not
Right.
going to have
Okay.
to get ESPN 8 or the Ocho. You don't want to have to pay for it.
Adam, thank you very much for clearing that up for us. We do appreciate it.
No, I appreciate being on the KVJ show. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Okay, buddy. Take care. All right. How about that? I
Interesting.
figured Disney would have kicked its ass. Disney wins everything, don't they?
Well, this might be just the calm before the storm, my friend.
You think Disney is going to come back and it's like one of those things where they think that they're good, and meanwhile Disney slit their throat and they don't realize it, and they walk away and blood starts spurting out of their neck.
The mouse is never quiet.
Yeah. They make them think that they won.
Well, that's how, that's how you do it in the mafia. You think you won the big
That mouse is all mafia.
all mafia.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, 56% of people want to see Weird Al in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we have a goofy audience. That's a large number of people who are saying no, though. 43%. It'll never happen. People are not feeling it. I don't think. Gosh, I couldn't even imagine. Could you imagine sitting in a room with Jay-Z and bringing up that suggestion and just getting his reaction?
I'd love it.
I think he'd be disgusted.
I think he'd kick you out. I think that would be the end. You'd be like out. You'd probably just be like out.
They know better than to talk goofy to him like that.
Yeah. That's crazy. Another thing we were talking about today, nobody believes in love. I saw a very sweet proposal on Instagram. Guy had a mural painted on a building in Miami and then blindfolded his girlfriend, and it was them on the mural with him asking her in Spanish to marry me. And y'all didn't believe it. You thought it was just done for clicks and likes, and it was all fake.
A little trick talk going on there. She definitely knew about this.
It was on Instagram.
Same thing. The same fucking thing. All the same, Kevin.
We don't believe it.
Christina said on Say Yes to the Dress, there was a man that had flowers grown that spelled out marry me, and then he flew her over that, and she's like, oh my gosh. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That's a good proposal. That's not bad. Do you believe that, or you think that was set up for a TV show?
Oh, there's cameras rolling, I think there's a little bit of theatrics. What about, is this a good one? You take out your mate out in a boat, and you think a shark is about to attack. Shark's attacking, but it's a mechanical shark, and when it opens its mouth, there's a ring in there. It says, will you marry me?
That might be a little traumatic. Have you seen the proposal? There was one I saw with a guy that he was driving with his girl, and the van in front of them stops. And all of a sudden, all these people jump out of it, and they grab him out of the car, and they get her out to the side like they're going to, I don't know. Like,
carjack him?
Yeah.
Kidnap
and
him?
They take him, and then through the end of it, they release him, and then he gets down on one knee and proposes.
Oh, my God.
Like, what the hell is... Some people have done some...
That's fucking insane.
I'd be so mad at my man if he put me through that.
That's such an insane
I was
thing
like,
to
what
do.
the hell? What was going on in your mind? Why did you think this was good? She's crying. And she said yes. I'm like, you're a knucklehead. I don't get it.
He did it for the clicks. He did it for the likes.
He did it for the clicks and the likes. I was just kidding about the shark thing, but if you pull that off, you do it for the clicks and the likes.
Yeah.
You think you're dying, there's a shark.
I was like, I didn't get it. I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, how does it all of a sudden he's like, you think he's, and then he's just like released quickly and like, yeah.
Who knows? Who knows if she was in on it or not? Yeah. You never know.
That's true.
If they're one of them YouTube families or a social media family that they're all doing content together,
yeah,
it's going to be hard to.
Mm-hmm. Erica said, my husband set up a table at the park to propose to me, and as we turned around, a lady sat down at our table and wouldn't leave. It's kind of like what we were talking about the other day. Would you sit down at a community picnic table? Somebody else is sitting there? Apparently she would.
It's quite the problem because picnic tables are pretty damn big.
Yeah,
you don't want a
and
stranger
it
sitting
is
with-
community. I don't know if you can claim them, right?
You can't. Not if it's just a public day. You can't claim the whole one. Just showing up, no. You have to have a reservation ahead of time and do it with the park and the city.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's first come, first serve.
That's how I always thought it was. If you're at a park, if you get there first, it's your picnic table. But is it your picnic table? If I wanted to sit and have a tuna sandwich next to Virginia and I didn't know her, am I a creepy fuck?
Yes. Is that still about the question? Or
You just look at me the whole time while you eat your tuna.
Yeah.
Technically, you're doing nothing illegal, but you are being creepy. And the law protects creepy people.
If you maintain eye contact and moan after every bite, is that illegal?
Everybody. Tuna, so.
Tuna.
Oh, gosh, I love this mayo.
If she told the police, do you get in trouble?
I don't think.
Are you allowed to eat your sandwich like that?
I don't think you get in trouble.
I don't know what you can do about that. I don't know if, is there a bylaw anywhere that says that
You can't moan and eat
you
tuna?
can't make eye contact with another human being and moan after every bite of a tuna sandwich?
Fishy, just how I like my tuna. Gross.
Okay, Virginia's got Alexandria curious. She's mentioned a couple times on the show that as you get married, people should keep their money separate. And I've been with my fiance for 4 years. We're getting married next month, and I was planning on putting all our money together once we got married, but I was going to keep a side account just to be safe, also because he makes decent money, but I make 3 times as much. So I have some extra that I could keep to myself. Can you explain your opinion on finances in marriage?
I think you should have 2 separate bank accounts. And the money that you earn goes into your account that you and you alone have access to and control of. Especially if you're the breadwinner.
Well, my whole thing is if all of your bills are paid and everything's going great and you're able to, live your life. If you make money and you want to go buy something on your own, I don't feel like you have to ask your wife or your husband.
Well, that's the problem. If you share a bank account, you have to ask permission. And especially if you're the breadwinner, now you got to go ask him or let him know.
To have your money.
But what you should do, you should keep your own separate bank accounts, but then you should divvy up the bills proportionate to your salary. Meaning if you make more, you pay more of the household bills. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, why can't you have your account, your own account for your wife, you, and then a separate account for just the bills? That's the miscellaneous hodgepodge. We're putting our money in there to make sure our bills are covered. I know that's a lot of accounts.
I don't like sharing an account because here's the problem. If you have 2 people on any one account, you both have to run things by the other one before you make any big purchase. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm not calling somebody to ask them if I can make a purchase. It's not going to happen.
I mean, I know somebody.
I don't want to be fighting with anybody about money.
They're not struggling with money at all, and he always has to ask permission before he even buys something small.
I know guys that have to ask their wife if they can go to lunch with their buddies and pick up the tab for 3 of them to have lunch. What is going on?
Now, if you're struggling, I understand why you would not. You obviously can't buy everyone's lunch if you're struggling. But if you do have the means and you're just being said no to be just said no on a power thing, which that's what I'm talking about. Where someone says no just because I said so, I think that's a dangerous place and that builds resentment.
Everybody should be able to be in charge of their own fiscal responsibility. And sink or swim, you're doing it by yourself. That's what I think.
I couldn't imagine me buying an alien statue and then someone getting on my ass about it. If I had everything covered and everything was taken care of and they just didn't like the way I was spending my money.
And then they see everything you spend and they want to critique going down the line. Why'd you spend that? Why'd you spend that?
I would never allow myself to ever be in a situation like that.
No grown-up should. That's not healthy, especially if you're just buying a Bigfoot statue to make yourself happy. That's your money. You've earned it. And if you want to buy a Bigfoot statue, you should be allowed to. You're a grown-ass man.
Hell yes. I love it, Virginia.
And I think that goes for both parties, the male or the female, the breadwinner or the non-breadwinner. Nobody should be groveling.
Now, let's not get it twisted. Denny's told the one story where his buddy and his, I believe, wife, they were struggling with money. And the first thing he did when he got paid was buy a $500 Spider-Man statue. You can't do that. If you don't have money to pay for your bills, and you can't be a dick face and do shit like that. You have to make sure your nuts covered.
I think you have to have awareness of what that is. And, to me, if you're going to have the joint finances like they did, you should have a stipend to say, okay, if we do have the joint finances, we know that, hey, go ahead. You've got, of what we make, you've got $300 mad money, this month. And if you want to get that statue, save up and buy it.
Exactly. I mean, what are we doing here? Don't you want to live your life? I mean, if you have something you want to buy and you're able to do it.
It's good to have that freedom to say, all right, hey, I might not be able to go out and recklessly buy a $500 statue right now, but if I don't have $500 this month, I'll save up over 2-3 months, whatever it takes, and then I'll go get it then.
I played baseball with the cheapest fuck I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if you went to the ale house, you had a lemonade and 3 French fries. Let me put that into my computer. You owe $17. I go, what?
What? You're charging me per fry?
To a point where it was unlikable.
Yeah.
And you can go that way too.
That's true. That's the flip side of it, where it can then become contentious and you feel like you're nickel and diming me about everything because we do watch every penny. So
Gosh, marriage sounds so cool.
I just think marriage is hard enough as it is to stay together. So don't add more to it and make the finances a thing where each of you have to ask permission to spend your own money that you earned at your job.
But then there's people who lie and they will take the breadwinner's money and they'll take it and they'll spend it, and all of a sudden you go to your account and you go, where the fuck is all the money at? And
yeah,
that's deceitful, and that's a heart-wrenching thing to go through.
When you share finances, it's the ultimate statement of trust.
It is.
Yeah, and if that gets violated, then the trust is gone, and that's why finances is, I think, the number one reason why people break up. And it makes sense.
It's what I listened to every day growing up as a young girl. My parents fighting about money because they had a combined bank account. And my dad was the breadwinner and my mom was the bread spender. And they fought. And it was just imprinted in me. All right, I'm going to have my own shit. I'm going to take care of my own biz. And no one's going to tell me what I can or can't do.
I think I got a little bit of that, too, from growing up to why I have my own perspective on that same way.
I don't want to be fighting with somebody about money.
And I would never tell someone how to spend their money either.
No, never.
I would never do that.
I would never want to tell Panda he can't go. Like, he likes to buy wrestling stuff. He likes to do this and go here and do that. Like, dude, do what you got to do. As long as you cover the bills that you have in our household. So he's responsible for certain bills. Cell phones. He gets all the cell phones, pays all the cell phone bill. If my phone ever gets turned off, we got a problem.
I mean, he's got a wrestling figure section, Kev, but I mean, it's not that impressive.
No.
I mean, I don't know if the witch is going to allow him.
Imagine if you were single, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think old witchy would allow him to have more than a closet space.
Whatever. He's got a wrestling belt hanging up on the wall in our bedroom. There is a wrestling belt on the wall in our bedroom.
He gets
Does he put it on when he pins that ass?
when he takes her to the shredder.
He puts that thing on and...
Do I have consent to ask a question?
Yes.
Have you guys ever had sex while he's had the wrestling belt on?
No.
You need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Give the champ one good one up in the square circle.
Yeah.
Come on, Virginia.
Clamp the champ?
Yeah, clamp the champ. Oh, you gotta let him be the champ.
I don't know if he wants to be the champ.
Yes, he does. Play his theme music, have him come in. Oh my God, I can announce it. Oh my God, the champ is here.
You are not announcing it.
The champ is here, and he's taking the witch to the shredder. I can't believe it.
It would be amazing.
It would be
something you've never seen in wrestling.
We get him a fog machine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. You let me know when you guys are comfortable for that.
Tracy, addressing what you had called out earlier, Jbird, about the delivery that you had seen. It is the Amazon Flex. It's an app similar to Uber and DoorDash. Regular people meet up at a warehouse in West Palm. They get all their Amazon packages and they follow a schedule just like Amazon drivers do.
I get it now. I just didn't know. The guy pulled in my driveway so quick as if I owed him money or something. And he went immediately to his trunk, saw that he looked at me. It had a different vibe than a regular Amazon truck. And then I'm seeing them all over now. So now I get it.
Yeah, just a different thing that they're doing these days. Huh?
They're not there just to murder you.
Yeah. The world is a-changing. Yeah, it does. It seems like as soon as you get used to society and how everything changes again, something big comes your way, and you're like, what the hell, man?
But it is just a heads up, like, so everybody knows there is any kind of delivery looking car that's going to pull in your driveway. Don't shoot them, please.
It just looked unprofessional as all.
Right.
The guy looked like he was going to the gym, and I'm thinking, he looked aggressive. He's
in a hurry.
He looked pissed. He looked like he was mad that he had to drop something off.
Yeah, just know that that's how they're doing it now. It could be just a random red car in your driveway.
Mm-hmm. You just never know. It's just, unfortunately, pretty much everything is suspect. Like Hector here, he said, heard you guys talking about you getting your card declined, Kev. And I have a story. I was at Walmart buying some groceries, and some lady with 2 kids comes up to me asking if I can help her with their groceries because she forgot her wallet. First, I thought that's probably a scam, but then I was like you, and you were shouting out that guy that had helped you when your card was cut off, and I was like, that's kind of cool, so I'm going to go in and help her out. I said, yeah, sure. I can pay for your stuff. Comes with $350.
What?
I'm like, what the hell, man?
She so got you.
Oh my gosh.
No. We can't go into triple digits.
But her stuff's already bagged up, so in my head I'm like, okay, God got you. So I end up paying for her stuff. We part ways. I load up my stuff in my truck, and I kind of get this feeling, just check to see where she is.
She gets in her Lexus.
It was a Tesla.
She got in a Tesla.
I was kidding.
Tesla. First, I was pissed off, but then I'm like, all right, you know what? God got me, and God's going to punish her. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she needs the money, but I don't know. But a damn Tesla? What the hell, man?
Karma's on your side in that situation. You were trying to be a good guy.
That's
and
it.
Who knows? She might have a Tesla, but be broke. You have to just give it and forget it.
It just eventually one day will run out.
Oh,
yeah. There will be something where somebody will not take that well, and they won't like being hustled, and who knows what they do.
And you acted in a spiritual way. You go to bed knowing that your spirit was in the right place.
Yeah.
I know,
Yes.
because it's pissy when you feel like someone's got the drop on you, but you go to bed as a kind person.
And you go to bed as a person who gets points for that kindness. And somewhere, you just hope somebody's keeping that tally.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Birdlejuice is. I hear you. I see you.
You did the right thing, and she can't take that away from you.
No, you definitely did not do the right thing. Never help her out or a person like that ever again, because you're going to get burned, but your heart was in the right place.
Both can be true.
Both can be true.
That's right. All right, got any emails? You can always send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.